We need something like really kind of original. Okay, that's a good start.
Let's get started.
All right, sounds good.
I don't know, but I believe. Hello, Bruce.
Micah, what are you doing?
Hey guys, welcome back to Thought Bubble episode numero cuatro. For you the English speakers, that's episode 4.
Also known as Attack of the Clones.
No, we saw this Star Wars last week. We're not gonna go
That's
there.
not Attack of the Clones?
No, as a New Hope. Or
Same difference.
Okay, no, it's not. So, we had a great conversation last week about fear, Star Wars, and books that you've been reading.
Mm-hmm. And a couple that you have as
yeah,
well.
so that was really awesome. But this week, Bruce is making the bubbles.
So these are gonna be good.
These are good bubbles.
Like these bubbles were thought of like 5 minutes ago.
These thought bubbles are in their youth. You know?
Yeah, and they're in no particular order. There's no real coherent thought behind these thought bubbles. So
these are free-spirited.
So buckle up, Buttercup. You're in for a ride.
Yes. All right. Let's do it.
All right. Number 1, if you could get coffee with any historical or fictional character, who would you get coffee with and why?
Who would I get coffee with and why? The clever answer would be, I want to be, have coffee with Adam, because then I could, find out what was the creation story actually like and the facts there.
Okay.
The one that keeps coming to my mind though would be Martin Luther, and I'm not exactly sure why. I just think it'd be interesting to
see what was going through his head as he's nailing the 95 Theses.
Yeah, I mean, he single-handedly created so much variation within the church, for good and for bad. Like no one can stand up and say everything that he opposed was completely wrong or everything he created was completely good. But I think it'd be interesting to know, just kind of his heart behind that. Okay. So, what about you? And if you say Taylor Swift, I'm just going to fast forward and we're not going to...
I don't know if it would be T Swift. Anybody... you'd almost have to go Paul. Just because this guy is just so... I just feel like his mind operates at a completely different level than anyone else's. Like, he writes to his brothers and he's just like, remember my suffering. Like
well, and he also, through the Holy Spirit, put pieces of the puzzle together. Yeah. That no one had put two and two together with yet.
So I got short answer, Paul.
Okay, that's solid. I think. Fictional character. Okay, all right. So this is kind of based loosely in reality. Okay. So Robinson Crusoe. So if you don't know story, man stranded on a desert island for decades. Here's why. Joel and I watched Castaway a couple weeks ago for the first time, and
for the first time,
I know. It's just okay. I stink. But as I'm watching this, I'm wondering. There have clearly been people that have been in this sort of isolated. This isolated place. As a Christian, if you are in a place indefinitely without the Bible, without fellowship, without so many of the things that we say that are important and that are important for the Christian faith, how does that affect your faith? And I think it'd be interesting to have a conversation with someone saying, what does this do to you? Because you're encountering God in creation all the time. Yeah. You have your the knowledge you have up until that point, but as a person following Jesus, what does that do when there's no one else around? You don't have the Bible, or at least all you have is your memory of the Bible.
Aestheticism and like the monks and all
that.
That
No,
those
saints that would go off for 10 years and you
just leave behind all the comforts and just do nothing but pray for
I don't
20 hours a day.
I don't think that's the answer, but you hear of the stories that those people encountered through
just that intimacy
through the Desert Saints.
Yeah.
That I really actually, this was one of the thought bubbles I'm hoping to talk about in the future, is talking about those. But
Okay.
we need to read up on that before we dive into that bubble. What about you? Fictional character.
Fictional characters.
I just talked for a really long time, kind of going.
I'm trying to think of like the books I've read and just like the fictional characters that like, or just like wanting to be a part of their world, and like off the top of my head, like nothing's really jumping out.
It's different if you make the question you could be part of their world, because clearly
Well, I mean,
Middle Earth,
like-
Narnia, Aslan. Oh, can I change my answer to Aslan?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be.
Well, I mean, like, I mean,
sort
I guess
of cheating. You get to talk to God, but he's also a non-fiction or a fictional character.
Yeah. No, I mean, like that's kind of like exactly what I was going after, like, because Narnia is like this beautiful, like mythical world, and to be able to like talk to somebody that's from that world. I mean, yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that. But like, I don't know if I'd really want to sit down with Frodo, because like he would just whine. It was so rough carrying this ring around, and then there was Smeagol who made me turn on Sam, and yeah, I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah. Okay. Have you read The Pilgrim's Progress?
No.
Okay. There'd be some characters in there, and that's a.
I feel like he and I could get some coffee.
What about Bruce Willis though?
I mean, he's a
he's
a historical character. He's not fictional.
I'm not sure he's historical if he's still alive. But I feel like you and Bruce Willis have a lot in common, you know? Narrower set eyes.
Or Dory. Dory would be fun to talk to, because we would talk about something and it's, well, look, shiny.
She'd always be able to listen, you know?
Yeah. 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Okay, we're gonna go stay away from the Disney movies this time. That was 2 bubbles ago. We're not gonna fall back into that.
All right,
the Disney black hole bubbles.
Bruce from Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Fair.
Okay, so my next question, I have no good way to segue into this at all.
no.
So this is gonna be good. What is something that you find either completely overrated or underrated? So you can go either direction. Just like something that there's like a lot of hype, it's not deserved, or something that has no hype and it should be hyped up.
Okay. I'm gonna start with the overrated, because I just went on this amazing rant yesterday when Joel and I were running.
I love rants.
I like for 2 solid miles I'm ranting. So it was like, overrated. I don't want to clump this too closely together, but technology, mobile technology especially, but a lot of technology. And here's what I realize. So much of technology promises you an outlet to express your passion. You see the commercials, the person with their iPad and they're drawing Chinese characters, or filming something. Mm-hmm. Or it's the architect, late at night, that's creating this massive building by himself because he has this tablet.
Yeah.
Even on a recreational level, you've got the family gathered around the iPad on the plane watching a movie, or the person reading a book, and it's this continual promise of increased passion. Do what you do, but love it more. Do it better because you have this.
Okay.
And
I think I see where this is going.
Yeah, and I feel honestly just the opposite, that most of the time, at least for me personally, when I'm using this technology that's supposed to increase my passion, I find it decreasing it. Okay. I don't see myself using a good chunk of tech to increase passion. I find it just being this benign use of time.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that's really overrated. Something that's underrated and needs to be rated more: the learning stuff on the internet. I'm a fierce believer you can learn anything.
Sitting on the toilet with your iPad in front of you on Wikipedia.
Go back. They're not completely, but I love TED Talks and watching Wikipedia, or not watching Wikipedia, reading Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Or you can learn anything on YouTube. And it's just don't know a lot of people that just instantly I want to learn something.
Yeah.
I could tell you how a nuclear bomb works because I read the Wikipedia page on fission. I mean, yeah. How do you get more views on YouTube? You make comments about nuclear bombs, and then the government comes and finds you and shuts you down. It's been a good ride. What about you? Overrated, underrated?
I think that one of the most underrated things for me is just like a book, just like having a book in your hand. Because like towards the end of my college career, everything was like you downloaded the textbook PDF onto your computer, and like you can't highlight it, you can't hold it in your hands. It just makes it feel so like empty, and I'm kind of, and I don't know what the deal is with actually I shouldn't say it like that, but I see all of our freshman guys with their phones out with the Bible app, and it's just like I can't do that. Like I need to carry around my study Bible that's as thick as,
it's great for building muscles too.
Yeah, it's like it's as thick as.
When you look up in Hebrews, nope. Second Chronicles, okay.
Yeah, and like I just like being able to highlight and write notes and just having it there. So I think, I'm not saying that. I mean, kind of like what you were saying about that whole technology thing kind of just being overrated, like kind of like that. And I think just having just paper like books are severely underrated. Let's see, what else?
I am right there along with you. The book. I need a book where I can dog ear the pages and write notes in.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge value in the tangible. You can go out and touch this and use this, and
absolutely
some technology does that really well, where it engages you physically, and other technology it doesn't as much.
Yeah,
but
it's just not as fulfilling, I guess is a good way to put it. I don't know. Anything else?
I will say,
I think boxers are severely underrated as dog breeds, like to have as pets. Like, get more boxers. Like everyone wants like the labs and the.
I would agree. I mean, I'm still a bulldog person at heart, but they're pretty close. I mean, I don't know if that's actually true or not, but they look similar.
Oh, but the boxers and their like droopy little they're so cute.
But would you also say that boxers are underappreciated as a form of underwear?
I mean, I go boxer brief because I can't.
No, I mean, I think most of the world goes boxer brief. At least the world that I live in.
What do you think? I mean,
yeah, tell us.
Like tidy whities, boxers, boxer briefs. Like
interesting.
We want to hear what you have to say on this. So this is a good opportunity to get involved in the Twiddles and Tigerverse.
Our introduction to
it's our first internet poll. Like let's see where this goes.
I'm a little scared to see where this goes.
I mean, I'll be happy to carry the camera around with you while you ask people like.
We're doing a street interview. I mean, okay, we're gonna leave that and.
Oh, this could be a good bubble.
Maybe we just make that a dedicated bubble. What if we found, did like a behind the scenes document on how underwear is made? I watched. Okay, speaking of how you can learn anything on the internet, you should watch how socks are made. It is fascinating because it's this tube that weaves it, and it just goes, and there's a sock. And it's just phenomenal. It's mesmerizing. Okay.
I don't have anything to say to that. Like, of all the things you can watch being made, you choose socks. Like, I'm at a loss for words. Like, legitimately.
Oh, boy.
Like, the other day I was watching how climbing ropes are made, and that's kind of cool. Like, how you get the different, like, patterns and they put socks.
I was interested. You know what?
Oh my
I'm going to find that video, and we're going to link it at the end of this.
Okay.
Right here, on Bruce's face. Click this to find out how socks are made.
And next week, to find out how white bread is made, tune in.
We can make that ourselves. Let's just do that. Make white bread.
Okay, that works for me.
All right.
Are we moving on to question 3?
I think we
because we're losing viewers as we speak.
No, what are you talking about, man? The subscribe button's been hit 13 times. Granted, the subscribe button for the sock channel just kind of.
Yeah, don't subscribe to us over the sock channel. Like, I think we're way more interesting.
Prove that Twiddles and Tiger are better than socks.
Please tell your friends. All right, question number 3 before we get kicked off the internet.
Socks?
No. Question number 3. Who is the most influential person in your life?
Oh, dude, you totally stole this one. I was gonna pull this one up.